We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback sneakers on 4th and 3.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Elway. Over the middle to Smith. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22. Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go now.
From midfield, Elway. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Uncorks one for Davis. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On first, they'll throw with Elway. Smith catches left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
On 1st and 10, Elway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. From the shotgun, Elway finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third down. It's Lindsey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and throw for it with Elway. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This is Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll wait to throw on second. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
All right, here we go. Green.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Down. 180. 808.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Uncorks one for Davis. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Down. 280. Low.
To throw his Carr. And Davis with it left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
618.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
You got 56 there. 694.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Darian Stewart that time who was able to knock the pass away.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Carr to throw on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it first and goal at the 7. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
To throw on second down. Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now on the return, Brendan Langley. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Elway will throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Elway on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos have broken the tie. McManus now for the extra point. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out come the Raiders. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And here's Marshall. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
24. Who's right?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Elway. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he rifles one incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Down. 185. Go, go. Get set, get set. 694. Set. Set.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Davis. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get him one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. We have been treated to great offense on both sides. The defense is on the other end of the spectrum. They're just searching for answers right now, aren't they?
And for most defenses, it's a very uncomfortable, in a lot of ways, unfamiliar spot because points are going to be scored. But the way we're seeing them today, it's almost like there's no resistance. They've got to figure out how to slow these offenses down. Maybe someone on either side can make a big play and start to wreck and disrupt the timing that we're seeing.
As we get closer to halftime here.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hut.
On first down, Elway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Gun. Set. 3-19.
Now it's Elway. Airing it out deep for Smith. Got it, and it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Elway. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot here before half for Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw on second down. Carr caught by Nelson left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing his car on third down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the crossing route, complete. That's Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Gun! Set!
On second down, Elway. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. Safety valve here. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They dump it off to Lynch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
734.
On first and 10, here's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 52 yards. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll run with Lynch. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Here is Lynch on 3rd and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
93.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr taking it in. And the Raiders are back within a score. 4th and goal, and they just tell the leader of this offense to sneak it in there, and he got it done.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is follow the wedge that's created in front of you. Center, guards, tackles. Just get low, fire out, and you get low right behind them and get it over the goal line.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Welcome back now to Denver. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
On second down, Elway. And the Raiders have got him. Cliff Averill. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
All right, now, lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Elway. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Now Elway to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Elway. And that'll be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Elway again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He'll buy some time right. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Kyle Wilbur not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Elway to throw on 2nd. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
He's going to get it running right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now let's go! 319! 319!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
This is taken at his 4. Spinning past him. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation. Late games.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Shaquille Barrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw. Shaquille Barrett getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, I'd have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of...
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge, raindrops.